When it comes to enterprise AI, the biggest hurdle isn't what you might think. It's not about building smarter agents. It's about getting permission, the green light to actually use them. So today we're going to talk about how companies can get over that black box fear, and finally, and safely, unlock what these AI agents can really do.
This right here, this sentence just nails the problem. Everyone can imagine what AI could do, right? The potential is absolutely massive. But the real roadblock, the thing that stops everything, it's governance. It's that huge chasm between a flashy demo and something that your security, legal, and IT teams will actually sign off on. That is the friction point. That's what's holding the next wave of AI back.
So, to really get this, you have to understand this kind of central paradox. What makes these AI agents so incredibly powerful is the very same thing that makes them so unbelievably risky for a business. Let's dig into that.
This is a huge shift. We're not just talking about chatbots that spit out text anymore. No, we are talking about agents that actually do things. They take actions. They can call an API to issue a customer a refund. They can move sensitive data from one system to another. They can kick off a whole purchasing workflow. They're not just talking, they are acting inside your company's most critical systems. And this creates this tension that every single leader is feeling right now. On one hand, you've got this incredible promise of like 10x efficiency. You could automate all that messy, frustrating work that just bogs everything down. But on the other hand, you've got this sheer terror of an autonomous agent running wild at machine speed inside your production systems. It's the ultimate dream of automation clashing head-on with the absolute nightmare of uncontrolled risk.
So let's be really clear about something. When a company hesitates, they are not being paranoid. Not at all. They are being completely rational. Think about it. If you can't answer the most basic governance questions about how you'll control this thing, letting it loose in your live environment isn't just risky, it's straight up negligent. The problem isn't the AI, it's the missing safety wrapper around it.
And this completely rational fear, well, it leads to a pattern that's super predictable and, frankly, a little tragic. You've probably seen this play out yourself. Some brilliant team gets super excited, they build something absolutely amazing, and then bam! They hit a brick wall.
Let me walk you through the life cycle of a pilot that's basically doomed from the start. Step 1. The team builds an incredible proof of concept. Step 2. The demo blows everyone away. The execs love it. But then, Step 3. The project leaves the nice, safe lab and has to face the real world. Security, IT, legal. And suddenly, the really hard questions start coming and the whole thing just grinds to a halt.
And this answer? This is the kind of thing that will kill a project on the spot. Seriously. When the security team asks for real, hard controls and you say this, it just screams that you don't get what the business actually needs. It's like saying, oh, don't worry, we asked it nicely not to break anything. That is just never, ever going to fly when the stakes are this high.
And why is that? Because a prompt is just a suggestion. You're talking to a probabilistic model, right? An AI that works on best guesses, not on hard and fast rules. A prompt is not enforcement. Let me say that again. A prompt is not enforcement. Enterprises need solid, deterministic, unbreakable controls that live outside the AI's brain. They need actual guarantees, not just, good intentions. So the problem isn't the agent itself, it's the missing infrastructure for control.
Okay, so what does it take to get that green light? What do these teams actually need to see? Well, let's go through the non-negotiable checklist. These are the things you absolutely have to have in place before any agent can go from a cool pilot to a real production system.
Really, it all comes down to these 6 core questions. Number 1, identity. Who is this agent? Who is acting here? 2, least privilege. What exactly can it do? Nothing more. 3, policy enforcement. Are the rules you set actually unbreakable? 4, evidence. What proof do you have of what it did? 5, containment. Can you pull the plug if things go wrong? And 6, cost governance. What are we paying for here? If you can't give a rock-solid answer to every single one of these, you are not deploying. It is just that simple.
So how do we actually solve for all of that? Well, the answer isn't to try and build a better or smarter agent. No, the answer is a totally new piece of the puzzle, a new architectural layer that's designed for this exact problem. It's a system for managing all of your agents.
And this solution is called an agent control plane. The best way to think about it? It is like air traffic control, but for your AI. It's this one central governance layer that sits right between all of your different agents and all of your critical systems. And it doesn't care how those agents were built or by who. This control plane is the ultimate gatekeeper, and it checks every single action any agent tries to take.
And this is a really important distinction to make. An agent framework, that's all about intelligence. It helps the agent think and decide what to do next. But a control plane, that is all about control. It's there to enforce the rules, period. The control plane doesn't care why the agent wants to do something. It only asks, is this action allowed? Is it safe? And is it being audited? You're basically separating the agent's brain from the company's rules engine.
So a dedicated control plane like this, it just systematically ticks every single box on that green light checklist we talked about. It handles identity, authorization, policy, evidence, containment, and cost. It takes this big, fuzzy problem of how do we trust the AI and turns it into a straightforward engineering challenge with clear, concrete controls.
But look, putting a layer like this in place does way more than just manage risk. It completely changes the conversation you can have about AI. It unlocks a whole new way for your business to even think about operating.
Because let's be honest, here's the uncomfortable truth. This stuff is already happening, whether you have a plan for it or not. Your teams are building agents, your vendors are embedding them into the products you use, and what this creates is shadow AI, this whole invisible layer of ungoverned, unmonitored agents running around, probably using shared keys with no audit trail. It is a massive, massive blind spot and a huge risk.
And the true promise here, that 10x potential, it isn't just about getting an agent to do a human task a little bit faster. No way. The real game changer is automating all of that messy, constant exception handling that just grinds every business to a halt. We're talking about solving the problems that always need a human to jump in, coordinate things, and follow up. That's where the real magic is.
And you've got to understand, this is not just some niche technical fix for the engineers. Not at all. This is for business leaders who want real operational leverage. It's for the IT and security folks who are demanding governance and control. And yeah, it's for the architects who are tired of having to reinvent the wheel and rebuild these controls for every single project. It gets the entire organization on the same page with one safe, unified approach.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. The move to AI agents, it's inevitable. It's happening. They are coming one way or another. So the real question for every organization isn't if you're going to use them. The question is, how are you going to govern them? Are they going to be operating in the shadows as a huge unmanaged risk, or will they be out in the open, a governed, safe, and incredibly powerful part of your modern infrastructure?